Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
From the Dignity Health Studios of the Bakersfield Californian, it's time to open up with real people and real talk about real stuff. And now, a special welcome to our friends throughout California, across the nation, and around the world to this week's edition of Open Up.
Good morning.
Everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Open Up with Tina Miller.
Don Clark.
Don Clark. So we're so thankful you're here with us today. Right off the start, Denise is not with us today, but we want to thank her for all the beautiful decorations she's ever brought us. So we don't have anything right now.
But we can show off the table from Stinson.
Oh, yes!
All right.
One of our last week's sponsor.
Yeah, you bet.
Also, we want to show off these delicious drinks. This is called Killer C from Nature's
man.
Food Market and Juice Bar.
This is just something.
This is packed with vitamin C from all sorts. Any source that has vitamin C, it's probably in here.
Every Thursday, I skip breakfast because I know these are coming. And they're just,
wonderful.
you're just drinking health when you bring it into your body. So it's great
Yes.
stuff.
So thanks to Nature's Food Market and Juice Bar, 1918 G Street, Chuck and Wendy Noss. We
And
love you.
soon to be moving to the old Henley's building,
Oh,
sharing that building.
We are looking forward to
A
that big
drive-through
expansion.
right across from the Fox, and just wonderful people moving into a wonderful new location. You're going to love it.
Yes. And Don, really quickly, this beautiful scarf I'm wearing.
You're styling, baby.
Well, actually, underneath I have a little black shell. But this beautiful scarf, I had some foreign exchange students from China, and they called me mom. But when they went back to China, they sent this beautiful, lovely scarf. Her name is Linda, and I love it, Don. So
It's beautiful. I'm glad you
wanted to
wore
wear
it
it this morning and show it off.
today. You bet. You're always styling, ladies.
Well, I try.
Listen, one of the things we do here in our show that we really enjoy is that we open up the first segment of the show to any business that wants to come on. We think we really offer something unique, not just a 30-second commercial, although we do those, but a whole segment where you can really get to know the person behind the business, know the business, why they're doing it, where they're doing it.
Yes.
And today we are so proud to have as our sponsor today, and we're going to keep him on for another segment to talk about the struggles in doing business in this economy. Tim Theriault. Tim, thanks for coming from Theriault Physical Fitness and Therapy.
Yes.
We're so glad to have you. Tim, I want to start out with a testimony, if I may.
Okay.
About 15 years ago, my wife was in a terrible car wreck up at Columbus and on Columbus and Mount Vernon, and we might have lost her if the fact that Hall Ambulance wasn't sitting right there. They were there within minutes, and then came the long therapy, and she did it with your organization, and you just did wonders for her. And so we've always been quietly grateful to Theriault Physical Fitness and Therapy for what you do. And Tim, I understand you're unveiling a whole new program. What's this all about?
Just continuing our drive, right? We started 16 years ago, and it was just me as the founder and the only employee. And so over the years, we've grown and added new programs based on the needs we saw and demand for solving problems. Well, the biggest problem facing Kern County right now is our obesity rates.
Oh,
and
yes.
our overweight. And that's bad enough when we talk about people being overweight and obese, but the problem is it's now gone into chronic disease.
Right.
So we're now out of the 58 counties in California. Kern County's 58th out of the 58 counties for deaths due to heart disease, and 57 out of 58 for deaths due to diabetes.
Wow.
So our overweight and obesity has now led to some serious problems. So when we started looking at it, we've done some weight loss and fitness, obviously fitness since we started. And we've done some weight loss programs over the years, and I just wasn't happy with the sustainability. Research shows that 95% of diets fail. So there was just something more that needed to be done. And about a year ago, a little over a year ago, we brought in Ken Berman to come in, and I hired him as the CEO of Stereotherapy.
Now, let me remind our viewers, you remember Ken Berman, who's been here talking about fatherhood, a dynamic young man who will be
Yes.
president someday, I'm sure. But
Exactly.
go ahead.
He's an amazing. He will be president, or he's going to run something huge, bigger than Therio. But he came on about a year ago, and to run the daily operations, so that I could focus more on the wellness. How do we really create a wellness program? And that led to here's my new book, if you guys want to read it at some point. But it's called The Healthy Family Evolution. So I've been involved with the current Department of Health for the last few years. They started a task force because our health is so bad. We were actually picked as one of the 7 worst counties in the nation for a CDC study.
I know, it's bad.
It's really bad. So I thought, I sat through all those meetings, and I finally said, I'm going to step away from this because I need to figure out how to address this. So my thought was, who could be the change agent in getting our families healthy? And once again, we point back to moms, right? Moms are really the key hub, but it all starts with moms getting healthy themselves. So they have to buck that trend of putting everybody else first. And this is the one time where we need moms to go, you know what? I need to get healthy.
Yes.
And then I can lead my family to this evolution.
Yes,
So the
yes.
premise is just we've evolved into sickness over the last several years. So now we need to evolve into health.
Right.
So, and that comes through sustainable changes.
I like the way you say that.
That's-
Evolve into
Right.
health.
We have to, because we've taken a lot of years to evolve into the sickness.
Yes.
So now it's going to be a slow, gradual process, but family by family, our goal is to bring health to Bakersfield and to Kern County.
Great.
What a wonderful goal. Tim, I want you to know now, we've had Bill Robertson on, who's of Baker's Fit.
Robertson,
Right.
yes.
Robertson, and has been named twice, 2 times in a row as the annual best physical trainer. And we have talked about combining forces, joining forces, using this show as part of it to launch this kind of program. So we would like to partner with you.
That would be awesome.
And do everything that we can do, that you think
Yes.
that we can do, to be part of this, because it is a health crisis in
Oh, yeah.
Kern County.
It's the biggest one, and the scariest part is our kids are following us.
Yes.
We got, now when you look at the statistics for our kids, they've changed it. It used to be adult onset diabetes, and
yes.
now we changed it to type 2 diabetes, because the number of kids that are getting type 2 diabetic diagnosed is increasing. The number of kids that now, 7th graders that are physically fit or considered physically fit, is now below 40%. So they've followed our lead. So that's why we need the families to jump in and say, okay, it's time to lead this thing back. So what makes us unique is the therapy aspect, right? So I've been a physical therapist now for 20 whatever years. I don't like to say it too loud, but so I've seen families. So part of what we said was there's this idea of how do I get fit, but we overestimate how to enter the program. So what we came up with was fitness testing, and then we put people on the right levels. So our first level is actually a medical fitness level. It's for people that have been sedentary a long time or have had injuries.
Oh, okay.
And they need to go through more of a therapeutic exercise program. They need to just learn the basics.
Yes.
They're not ready to jump into a program full speed. And that's where a lot of people get in trouble. In the book, I talk about the analogy I use, and the reason there's an elephant on the front is that I stole it from the guys that wrote Nudge a few years ago. But they say that a human being's like a man riding an elephant. The man is our analytical, logical side, and the elephant's our emotional side.
Oh,
So
that's huge.
The only way you ride an elephant, you don't go out in the wild and jump on an elephant.
No.
You train it from the time it's little. But when you look at wellness and health, we let our elephants run wild and do whatever they want. And then every January 1st, we put a chain on it and drag it to the gym. And then we're surprised when the elephant says, "Nope, I'm out of here." The man can only control the elephant so long. Our
Right.
logical side can only control our emotional side so long.
Right.
Excellent.
So if you're not talking to the emotional side and the logical side,
Right.
you're not talking to the whole body. We always tell people, like, throw stats out. The logical side of us goes, "Yeah, okay, that makes total sense. Let's go get healthy." And the elephant says, "Okay, let's see. You know, that plate of cookies looks a lot better than going to the gym, so I'll
Yeah.
be over here."
Right.
So, and that's that constant battle. So
yes.
the idea of this book is let's walk through, baby step into this program, baby step into wellness. Don't do the, New Year's Eve thing, hit the gym on the 1st. By the third, you're so sore you can't move, and you don't want to go do it again. And the elephant's going, "You're not dragging me back there. Those people are mean. It hurts. I'm not happy there." So you have to go into it with the right level. Now, the other end of the spectrum is true too. If you take somebody that's already fit and you go too slow, you demotivate them. So you have to match the program to where the person's starting, or you demotivate them either way.
What's so interesting about this, Tim, isn't it, that most of these diseases and these conditions we're talking about, diabetes, health problems, even many forms of cancer, and many other even asthma, things like that, are so much diet-related, nutrition-related, that can be prevented, that we don't have to do these things. Not only can they be prevented, they can be reversed by truly healthful changes in what we eat. And I don't want to offend my good friends who run fast food restaurants, but, if we just eat the American diet today, burgers, fries, shakes, Cokes, you're going to get sick.
Right.
In the long term, you are going to get sick. I mean, it just absolutely leads to chronic degenerative diseases.
Yeah. So the estimate is about 80% of chronic disease is preventable.
Right.
There is a small percentage that is, DNA related, but 80% or more is preventable with lifestyle changes, diet, activity. Right now, only about 39% of Bakersfield's adults, or Kern County's adults, get regular physical activity. And that's 30 minutes 3 times a week. So 90 minutes of activity was what was included in that study, and only 39% get that much activity. So that tells you, for all the gym rats out there working out every day, there's way more people that are getting no physical activity each day.
What are you recommending in your program, Tim, as far as nutrition and diet and changes in our eating patterns?
Well, I actually like the KISS principle, right? Let's keep it simple at first. Good old KISS principle. So I actually like the government's new MyPlate as a good starting point. So you take your plate, and when you look at it, 50% of it should be fruits and vegetables. Only 25% should be your protein, and then a little bit of starch.
Okay.
But that's not. So hopefully everybody takes a look at their plate and sees how close to that it is, especially in Bakersfield. And believe me, I'm a devout meatitarian. I love a big steak. But when you look at your plate, if 2/3 of the plate is steak, and then there's a little bit of 2 or 3 little small pieces of broccoli on the side, that's not a healthy
A devout meatitarian.
I am a devout meatitarian.
I've never heard that before. Okay, we got to go to a break right now, but we will come back and finish up with Tim Theriault of Theriault Fit Therapy and Fit.
And not just about this subject, but about just being a businessman, running a business in this economy. And Tim has had his struggles in this, and just sharing how he's come through it, how he's dealing with it. We want to be of an encouragement to all of you out there, all of you entrepreneurs and would-be entrepreneurs. So we'll be right back.
We get discounts for having our homeowners and our vehicle insured with them.
And we get a multiple car discount for having, and we also have a security system. We get a discount for having that.
We put our house and our cars together and our trailer.
We get the discount for not having car accidents.
We've been very happy, very satisfied with the discount rate that they give to us.
Low rates with the local advantage. That's Personal Express.
Looking for a career change? Interested in law enforcement? Well, let WestTech prepare you. WestTech offers training in corrections and detentions, basic post classes, baton and firearms, weaponless defense, chemical agents, and security guard training.
Fall out! Every day we're going home!
WestTech can also prepare safety and security assessments for your company. Let WestTech solve your law enforcement training needs. Contact WestTech today at 661-387-1055.
Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield, California. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Current Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit currentbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the Bi-Monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on currentbusinessjournal.com.
If you own or operate a private dental practice and need help with claim submissions, claim follow-ups, updating patients' accounts, or posting insurance payments, turn to Thorne Dental Claim Professionals. TDCP is dedicated to providing trained dental claim specialists to take care of your dental insurance billing and claims. Your patients are your #1 priority, so give them the attention they need by trusting in TDCP to take care of your administrative tasks. For more information, visit www.dentalclaimprofessionals.com or call them today.
We're back, and this segment of Open Up with Don and Tina is brought to you in part by Kern Construction and Electric. That's Robert Miller, who's had years and decades of experience in all kinds of projects around your home and property. There's the number to call. You'll get Robert on the other end, 322-5554. 322-5554 for all your construction electric needs around your home and property.
And in part by bakersfit.com, Bill Robison. Bill and Mike down at the corner of 178 and Union with a big gorilla on top have they've got a studio there that they want to help you get Baker's Fit. And they've got a special going on June, July, and August. So get online and get registered to get Baker's Fit.
And Tim Terrio joining us from Terrio Physical Fitness and Therapy. Bill Robison is in on this. He wants to be part of this. Tim, during the break, Tim shared with us a very interesting analogy about the way we're dealing with our health. Niagara Falls analogy.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Tell the world
Falls.
about that.
Well, I mentioned in the book, and I think it's a good analogy of our chronic disease. It's that if you go to Niagara Falls, there's obviously a big river that dumps into the falls. And we've known for thousands of years where Niagara Falls is. And occasionally over the years, guys, you get the occasional person that jumps into a barrel and tries to survive the fall. Well, I equate it to chronic disease. We know that being obese, and as you start down the pathway to diabetes, and you'll lead to heart disease. So all these years, our doctors have been warning us, hey, get out of the river. There's a bad fall coming at the end of this. And we just stay in the river. We're no, we'll go a little closer. We'll go a little closer. And then pretty soon, we go over the edge of the falls, and we really expect our doctors and medical professionals to stand at the bottom and catch us before we slam into the rocks. Because we know, just like going over Niagara Falls, the fall's going to come. Well, we know with diabetes, there's no escaping diabetes. There's no sidestepping it. Once you have the disease, it's a methodical disease that will eventually take your life. Just like not getting out of the river soon enough will take your life.
Yeah.
Swimming up by Niagara Falls.
And Tim, one thing I find about eating the right foods and getting a little bit of exercise up and down my stairs, one thing, the eating, it makes me feel so much better.
Right.
So, it's not just, eating that, the food that's not so healthy, you're feeling so, and I even experience it when I eat stuff that's just so clogged with so much hidden ingredients. I feel it.
Right. So that's the same thing. People might as well, if following your analogy, they might as well, when they take their car to the gas station, just go inside and pour some soda in your gas tank.
Yes.
And see how well your car runs.
Right.
And it's the same thing. The human body is actually, we've lost a long time ago, which is why I like this drink is awesome. Nutrition comes from nutrient, which is putting the right nutrients in our body. That's what nutrition's
Excellent.
supposed to mean. So without that, our body doesn't have the energy that we need to run it.
Right.
So
Good.
we know scientifically that we need carbohydrates, we need protein, and we actually need fat. And there's a lot of stuff coming out right now that a big problem with our weight now is in the 70s, the late 70s, we decided that fat was bad. So the government came in, and we won't talk about their influence, but they came in and said, oh, fat's bad, let's take fat out of food because that's what's killing people. So they took fat out, or the move started going to take fat out. Well, our palate likes fat. So they replaced it with increased sugar and starches and salt.
Also addictive.
Yeah.
Very.
So we took the fat out, poured in a ton more sugar, and then over the years we don't follow that diet strictly, right? So then we add the fat back in. Now we got fat and more sugar and more calories, and it's just a mathematical problem that gets
What
launched.
kind of good fat? What's a good fat?
All the monosaturated, which are just naturally occurring. So that's my big thing with nutrition. We talked about my plate, but I really want us to get back to natural. I mean, food's
Right.
not supposed to be, if you can't pronounce it, you shouldn't be eating it. I mean, when you read a label, how far can you get down before you can't even pronounce what's in there? That's scary to me.
Yeah.
Especially living in the
Avocados.
valley. I mean, we're living in one of the agricultural meccas, and we eat
But
fake
all our
food.
produce goes everywhere
we send
else
it to
than
everybody
here.
else, and we eat the fake stuff.
Avocados have good fat, though.
Right.
Correct.
Avocados, the nuts, peanuts,
Olives.
almonds, all the stuff we grow. Olive oil is a really good source.
Okay.
Those are all, and then the fishes. So you hear all this about omega-3. Yeah, those are all fatty acids. It's omega-3 fatty acid. So we need the fat that comes in that form. It's the saturated fats that we're trying to we're trying to get away from, but that's what we've embraced, and everybody goes, oh, I can't eat peanuts because there's fat in it. Yeah, that's natural monosaturated fat. That's what you're supposed to have in your system.
Well, Tim, you've really done your homework, and you've launched on this new program. We commend you
Yes.
for head on facing the problem we have in Kern County, the huge health problem. And again, we just reiterate, we'd like to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
We'll partner with you any way you can use this show to help us spread the word about real health.
That would be
and
awesome.
vital health. So, but I want to talk to you now about just you've got a 15-year history now of starting this business, running this business, and doing it in the toughest of times. Tell us about some of the struggles you faced and how you've gotten through them.
Well, first of all, I think, it's not plugging books, but this is my first book I wrote was Life Pioneers, which is really like my life story mixed with the philosophies I've learned since then. Since starting the company, I went back and looked at how did I get where I am now, and it like I said, 16 years ago we started. I was the only employee, and I like to tell people, look, I'm the reluctant entrepreneur. I didn't grow up and have the successful lemonade stands, and I didn't have a business mentor. I just kind of went through life trying to figure it out like I think most people. I didn't really have a plan. I didn't really go to college with a plan. As a matter of fact, I was told by my high school counselor and my parents that college isn't for everybody. That I should probably look at military and I thought, wow.
See, I would have thought you had military background, but you don't.
No military. My dad wanted me to, but no military background.
She's the one with military background. here, so.
So, 16 years ago, when I really hadn't, up until that point, thought about starting my own business. But I had tried working at a big corporation. I had tried working at a small company. And I just knew there was a philosophical difference. So that's when I decided to take the entrepreneurial plunge.
What was that difference, if you can just summarize it?
It was just the focus on how we wanted to do things. The big corporate world, I just felt like I was lost and I couldn't get ideas out. And then when I went to a smaller company, they had set up their world, their practices, and they had what they thought worked. And I thought, no, that I want to treat people differently. I want to treat the entire individual. I don't want to treat a knee injury or a back injury. I want to treat the whole person because. And 16 years ago, we didn't talk about this, but now we're finding out that a lot of pain is actually upper motor neuron or your brain. So there's the pain you feel in your joint, but then how we interpret that pain is done in our brain. So it is truly a global thing that we have to look at the whole person. And it goes down to nutrition. It goes down to what kind of physical condition they're in for how well they'll recover. So I thought I want to set, and that's why originally it was Stereotherapy Fitness, because I wanted to combine the two.
We've got 2 minutes, so.
Okay. So then over the years, as we grew, you get these things called employees, and they
Right.
change the world.
Adult babysitting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I figured out why most therapy clinics don't have over 3 clinics, and it's because the span of control. So about 2004, we started figuring out what new systems could we put in place to help us grow. And that's happened probably about 4 or 5 times now. We've hit these ceilings where it starts to get shaky, infrastructure gets shaky. You're trying to figure out, is this the time to stop, or is this the time to revamp and go again? And we've done it several times. The latest one being last year when I said, you know, maybe I'm not the best person to run the daily operations of this. Maybe because I'm the visionary, like, see
Right.
all the crazy possibilities out there.
You bet.
So I found Ken being the guy that, hey, he likes the daily operations. He likes spreadsheets and numbers and budgets, and I don't. I like chasing squirrels, right? It's like, oh, look, here's a new project. Let's go do this. So it's that knowing who you are, but then knowing when it's time to step aside. But yeah, it's been an ugly thing for business people since, you know, the crash in 2008.
You know, it took some real humility on your part to say, look, I'm not good at this. I need help here, and to back away and to kind of release control and let someone else run with their creativity. That takes a special person, Tim.
Yeah, they call that, I found out since I did it, it's a founder's dilemma, especially as the founder of the company. It's like raising, I've told people it's like raising a kid. So I've spent 15 years raising this baby to a full-grown business, and it's just as hard stepping away from that as it is watching your kids go away to college. I've watched 2 of my kids go away now, and it's just as hard when you step away from your business.
Tim, we want to put up some information that people can get in touch with you. There it is, Terrio Physical Therapy and Fitness, the number right there, 377-1700. There's his personal email, support@myterrio.com, and then terriotherapy.com, the website. So this is, and here we are up in Fresno. I didn't know you were up in Fresno County.
Yep.
Well, there's the Fresno number, 559-322-4103. You're expanding faster than we can keep up with here.
Yeah.
So good for you, Tim, and a wonderful guest. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so much. And you've got these 2 books, Life Pioneers and The Healthy Family Evolution, Mom's Strong. So where can people get these books?
We have them at the Stereotherapy locations. They're also on Amazon.
Amazon.com.
And on Kindle.
Okay,
So
wonderful. Well, thank you so very much for opening up with us today.
Absolutely.
Boy.
Thank you. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah, if you want a role model for your daughters, have we got one for you?
Oh,
So
yes,
here we come.
with some intense eyes.
If you own or operate a private dental practice and need help with claim submissions, claim follow-ups, updating patients' accounts, or posting insurance payments, turn to Thorne Dental Claim Professionals. TDCP is dedicated to providing trained dental claim specialists to take care of your dental insurance billing and claims. Your patients are your #1 priority, so give them the attention they need by trusting in TDCP to take care of your administrative tasks. For more information, visit www.dentalclaimprofessionals.com or call them today.
Kern Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit KernBusinessJournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on KernBusinessJournal.com.
Follow the Gades live on Bakersfield.com every Saturday during football season. Every Bakersfield College football game will be broadcast live on Bakersfield.com starting September 6th when the Gades visit Riverside. Follow the action on Bakersfield.com Saturday, September 6th at 6 o'clock. Join the Bakersfield Californian and Bakersfield College exclusively on Bakersfield.com.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californians Daily Deal featured on Bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
Hi, Corey Costello here, host of Roadrunner Rundown, Tuesdays, 10 a.m. right here on Bakersfield.com. It's the official program of CESUB Athletics. We bring you inside the program with interviews with coaches and student athletes. Of course, everybody's favorite Corey Versus. I mean, people like to see me in embarrassing athletic situations. And, of course, we'll have all the highlights from around the Roadrunners as well. So join us for Roadrunner Rundown, Tuesdays, 10 a.m. right here on Bakersfield.com.
The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
College now.
We're back. Don, you want to welcome us
Oh,
back?
yes. I'm sorry. This earpiece went out again. I don't know what goes on here, so
we'll get it fixed.
I'm kind of in the dark about our timing here.
Mhm.
Listen, one of the things Tina does that a lot of people don't know about is she is really an expert advisor to young women, particularly young women that are aspiring to scholarships and things through pageants.
Yes.
And we've got a young woman on that, boy, what a role model for everyone else. So, Tina, take it away.
Yes, Don, she certainly is. I want to welcome to open up today, and this is her first time. We've had others on, but this is Kyla Reed, Miss Orange County's Outstanding Teen 2014.
Yes.
Welcome to Bakersfield.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome. So, Kyla, who are you? What is this beautiful crown on your head? And tell us all about why you're here today.
Well, I'm Kyla Reed. I'm 16 years old, and I actually live in Tehachapi, even though I'm Miss Orange County's Outstanding Teen. And right now, I'm on my way to Miss California's Outstanding Teen, which will be taking place in Fresno on June 27th. And my aspirations are to be Miss America's Outstanding Teen.
Oh, wonderful. Now, you're a Christian young lady.
Yes, I am.
And so what are some of the things that you face daily or weekly that challenge your value or beliefs?
Well, definitely peer pressure. A lot of times people are doing things that I don't necessarily agree with, things that I've been taught that I probably should not do. But you know what? My parents have done such a great job telling me that it's okay to say no and that you should stand up for what you believe in.
Okay. What kind of service do you do in the community? What's your outreach?
My outreach is called Be Smart, Be Active, Be Healthy, and it's really to really just to get people, adults, teens, and children alike, to learn really what it means to be active, to be healthy, and to educate yourself on what you're putting in your body and what you're really doing with it.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Kyla, you sat through Tim Terrios and everything he had to say today. What were your impressions?
I thought he was great. Anything where it comes across with being healthy, being active, it's something I'm very passionate about. I've made sure that everything I eat, everything I do is something that will better me in the future.
You come from a very large family.
I do.
Tell us about some of the cool things your family
Yes.
does.
Well, there's 8 of us. There's 6 children. Okay. I have 3 biological brothers and 2 adopted sisters. So my family is actually multiracial. There's one of my sisters is Hispanic and the other is African American. So we get a lot of comments you can imagine. But it's a lot of fun. Even though they weren't born into our family, they were definitely born for our family, and that's something that I absolutely love.
I love what she just said. They weren't born into our family, but they were born for our family.
Yes.
How beautiful is that? Tell us some things that people have said about you to describe you.
Describe me? People, a lot of times people go on my appearance, my bright red hair and my very intense blue eyes, but people love that I'm outgoing, I'm very fun, and I have a very larger-than-life personality, I guess. So.
Irish, in other words.
Oh, definitely.
What did I tell you I heard about your eyes this morning?
They're very intense.
Okay, so what do you do for fun?
I love to go outside. I love to hike. Yosemite National Park is one of my absolute favorite places to go. So my family loves to hike. We love to bike. And outdoors is one of my favorite places too. So it's definitely the number one.
I mean, as if you're not having fun on the set of Open Up.
Oh, definitely.
I missed it. What was the Tehachapi connection?
I live there. My dad's a pastor up there.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
what a wonderful place to be outdoors.
Definitely.
Boy, one of my favorite spots up there.
I love to be out there.
Kyla, so tell us, what advice would you give to teens?
To stay true to yourself. Today you look at the media and there's so many pressures that are put on young girls, whether it's to be, you're never thin enough, but if you're too thin, then you're too fat. I mean, you have to look a certain way, but to me, it's embrace yourself. You're you for a reason, and you need to really take charge of that and be confident about it.
You spoke of taking a stand for what you really believe and
Absolutely.
what you will do and what you won't do. How have you found to do that so that not in an obnoxious way or sanctimonious way that puts people off, but just lets people know where you stand?
I think it's just doing it calmly, because a lot of times you're like, oh, no way, like I can't do that. For me, it's just, well, no. You give other suggestions, like, why don't we go to the movies instead? Why don't we do this? And it's just being very calm about it, being very confident about it, because people who are insecure about their values, people will push a little bit farther. So being confident and secure in your values and what you've been taught is definitely probably the best thing to do.
Excellent.
It's been a long time ago, but back when I was in high school, one of the best pieces of advice I got was let people know in advance where you
Exactly.
stand. And then sorry, I don't drink, might drive the car for you, but I'm not drinking, I'm not
100%,
getting
yes.
drunk. And once you just say it and that's it. And then you can go from there.
That's
Definitely.
excellent. Okay, so what's coming up? The pageant?
Yes, it is.
Scholarship pageant. Tell us about that and when.
The pageant is on June 27th. Well, the teen pageant is on June 27th in Fresno. Tickets are on sale on Ticketmaster right now. And the Miss California pageant, which you see on TV, Miss America, that's on June 28th. And tickets are also available. You can go online to their website, misscalifornia.org, to learn all about it. It's an amazing organization. It's really shaped who I am today.
Okay.
And these pageants are just great fun. I mean, they're
They
great
are.
entertainment. It's worth the price of the ticket to go see these girls
Absolutely.
perform and all their routines and all their group routines and dances.
Yes.
And it's great
My
entertainment.
brother loves them, not just because of the swimsuit, though. He loves them just because he likes to go to them.
Okay, and this is of the Miss America organization.
Yes, it is.
And this is scholarship pageant.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so tell us about your talent.
I am a pianist. I've been playing the piano since I was really little. And my piece this year is called Waterfall by John Schmidt. It's very different. It's not your classical Bach piece, because I'm a little bit different than most teens. I'm not exactly stereotypical. And this song is definitely not stereotypical. So
It sounds like you've got a great voice for singing. How about that?
I sing on my worship band at church, but that's about it. These girls are really talented, so I'll stick with piano.
What church up in Tehachapi is your father pastor of?
Tehachapi Church of the Nazarene.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Wonderful denomination.
Okay, Kyla, let's go back to the pageant again. June 28th.
June 27th is the teen.
27th.
And June 28th is the Miss.
Okay, so June 27th in Fresno.
In Fresno, California.
And how can people find out more about you and your
About
background?
me, they can
Yes.
go on my social media websites. One is Kyla Reed, Miss Orange Counties, and it says OT on
Oh, there it is,
Facebook.
right on the
We
screen.
do have
there
it on the
is.
screen here.
Yeah, Instagram and my blog. And so you can find about me, follow my journey, because I'm leaving in 14 days to Miss California. I am so excited because it's a 10-day long pageant. So it's fun.
Look at the excitement on that beautiful face.
We'd love to have one of our own come out on top of this.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, Dawn, to be Miss California's outstanding
But
teen.
if not, what have you learned? What's the value so far in going through this experience?
I have gained a sense of self that is absolutely out of this world. When I was younger, I was the shy child who wanted to be in the corner or hanging on to my mom or my big brother. But now I'm the person in the room who walks and wants to meet everyone. This confidence is like through the roof. And in our private interview, a 10-minute long private interview where you get to know the judge and they get to know you, they ask about you. What's your favorite color? And they've asked hard questions too. So you really have to know what you believe and what you like to, even what you like to do for fun. So you have to know who you are and be proud of that.
Yes, and you brought a guest with you today, didn't you? Who's with you in
Well,
the audience?
I brought my grandmother, who's here in Bakersfield, and I love my grandma. I get
And
to see
what's
her all
her
the time.
name?
Her name is Helen Reed.
Okay.
And,
Helen
yes,
Reed.
and one of my pageant mentors, Valerie Anglin, and her daughter's Marcy, which is also on Open Up sometimes.
Marcy
Yes.
Horonis, our very own co-host.
Yes.
So, wow, what else do you want to say? What else would you say to the world?
To the world? Well, I would encourage anyone out there who wants to participate, not just in pageants, but to gain confidence, to really gain a sense of self, to go online. Go on MissCalifornia.org and really find out how to get into these pageants, and you can gain scholarships for college. And you know what? Do it. It's changed my life, and I know it can change yours.
Okay, Kyla, excellent question coming in from one of our viewers. After your pageant, after you've turned out as far as age, what do you want to do with your life?
I would love to be a journalist. I actually, I have a connection through a family member. She was an intern for Fox News, and so I was like, well, maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to start there and then broaden my horizons. So I would love to be an on-air journalist.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, isn't that wonderful? So we look forward to hearing some great news about
I hope so too.
the pageant on June 27th.
Yes.
And thanks so much to Marcy for putting all the time and effort into, not only Dawn, but Marcy has done a great work with these young ladies.
She has, you both have. And, there are many who kind of, poo-poo these pageants as outdated and maybe sexist in some way, but really they're great. They're the greatest scholarship programs going on in the land right now for young women.
They are.
And look at the impact on this life.
Yes.
So what a role model you are for these pageants and just for young women.
Yeah. Kyla, one other quick thing. I don't hear we're not going to break yet, but about a minute. Okay. Tell us the easiest and the toughest thing about these pageants. Give us a behind the scenes look also.
I love to meet all of the new girls. There's 42 contestants in the teen competition this year. So that's it's not really a phase of competition, but you take away lifelong friendships with these girls. The toughest thing is just preparing, taking the time to prepare for your talent, for the interview, the fitness, the evening gown and onstage question, which is probably the hardest, is onstage question, answering a question. You don't know what's coming. You literally pick it out of a bowl. And you have to answer to thousands of people and your judges.
But that doesn't intimidate you, right?
Not anymore. At first it really did. Now it's kind of a cakewalk for me to go in there and take it, because my mental process is now so much smoother than it used to be.
Yes, yes. Now, is this your first pageant?
No, it's not. No, I've been doing pageants for about 4 years. My friend actually got me to do it. And at first I said, no way, you're crazy. I'm a tomboy. I can't walk in heels. Ooh. And now, 4 years later, I'm so glad I did. And it's changed my life for the better.
Wonderful. Okay, we're going to a break. You want to blow a kiss to the world right now? Okay, thank you so much for joining us on Open Up.
Listen, when we come back, we're so glad to have Ed Davis back with us for our open forum. He's been lecturing around the world, and now he has a really provocative thing he's going to take on. Why does the president get away with breaking the law? Ed Davis coming up next.
If you own or operate a private dental practice and need help with claim submissions, claim follow-ups, updating patients' accounts, or posting insurance payments, turn to Thorne Dental Claim Professionals. TDCP is dedicated to providing trained dental claim specialists to take care of your dental insurance billing and claims. Your patients are your #1 priority, so give them the attention they need by trusting in TDCP to take care of your administrative tasks. For more information, visit www.dentalclaimprofessionals.com or call them today.
Do you need training to find that special job? West Tech is here to help. We offer several training opportunities such as Passport, Confined Spaces, Pediatric CPR, Medic First Aid, Defensive Driving, and Agricultural Safety. Whether you are an individual sent to us by an employment agency or one of our many large business clients sending in huge teams of employees for training, our solutions can meet your unique needs. West Tech, we change people's lives.
Kern Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit KernBusinessJournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly business journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on KernBusinessJournal.com.
The new book is out. That was easy. I would title this thing sort of a description of what raising children is like. That was easy. I've been writing columns now for about 25 years. Writing has always been a conversation. You're taking somebody by the hand for 3 or 4 minutes, and you're not letting go. The new book, That Was Easy. Nothing easy about any of this, but we've had some fun, and I hope you guys will have some fun looking at this book.
The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californian's Daily Deal featured on Bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The Daily Deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Open Up, and we are ready for the last segment of today.
Open Forum, and we're so glad to have back with us Ed Davis, our leading agronomist here in this part of California, a respected scientist. He's been gone lecturing in major forums around the country and maybe around the world. Ed, we're glad to have you back. Boy, you came back with a flamethrower. Why does the president get away with breaking the law? Let's hear it.
Thank you very much for having me. It's always fun to come and do these things. It forces me to get away from the conspiracy theory people on all these subjects that we talk about and actually get into the nuts and bolts of it because, as I've said so many times, I do everything I can not to be political because nothing is gained in that. The only way you gain anything is to know what the actual facts are. And I believe Matthew chapter 7, verse 1, judge not lest ye be judged, is an incredibly important position. So it is not my position here to judge. It's only simply to ask questions as to trying to come up with a better understanding so that we can, in fact, move forward on these different subjects. So back to the conspiracy things, there's been so many things that have been so negative said about this president. And even though I didn't vote for him, I was excited for him because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, he's a very intelligent guy. I didn't vote for him because I didn't think he had the experience to be where he was, and that was the only reason. How do you find a more intelligent person than this guy? So I was really, really happy for him. And at the end of the day, when I thought about all this stuff, I thought about President Nixon, who the only way we remember Richard Nixon is Watergate today. But the incredibly important headway that he made with China and with other parts of the world, bringing them into the fold of business in open activities with regard to business around the world, is well documented. But we only remember about his disbarment, and he resigned prior to his impeachment over Watergate, which is something that he broke the law. He was not right, but he was disbarred and he was impeached on one situation. And Bill Clinton lied under oath, and he was, in fact, disbarred in his home state, and he was almost impeached. And he had to pay $90,000 in restitution above and beyond his almost impeachment. So you hear about these things because the forums always put the presidents in a situation where it's supposed to be an equal ideology between the judicial, the presidency, and Congress. But we have stepped out of that area with regard to the president because he has openly broke at least 6 federal laws, and nothing has been said to him at all. And these laws are all absolutely on the books, and it is troubling to know that this is continuing, even with laws that were even broke last week. And to me, it is about how are we moving forward along the lines of nobility in our country if, in fact, everybody around the world knows that our president is actually breaking the law? For example's sake, he broke the First Amendment law by telling private insurers absolutely that they cannot say anything about the negative attributes of Obamacare. So he broke the First Amendment. He forced them to break the First Amendment, which is against the law. Another one is that against the 10th Amendment, where the Constitution does speak of health care. It does not. The government has no legal right to any sort of health care system that they provide, only to regulate the business of health care and the healthcare companies. That's all. So my point is he tried to do some remarkable things, but first go change the law so you are not breaking the law. But he chose to supersede that ideology in all of these and just simply do what he said he was going to do, go it alone.
Do you think he knew he was breaking the law?
No question, because he is a constitutional scholar. He taught Constitution at Harvard. That was his job prior to getting into these political endeavors. So in each and every one of these situations, which I'm citing here,
yes,
he knew for an absolute fact he's breaking the law because he's a lawyer, and he studied the law to the point that at Harvard he's actually teaching constitutional law. So no question that and another one that should have been a no-brainer for him was the violation of Article 1, Section 9, which is the title of nobility section, where he cannot accept a position outside of being the president. He can only be one thing, but he is not only the president of the United States, but he's also the UN Security Council chair. So as the president of the United States, you cannot do two things. That is absolutely illegal. Again, if you want to do something like that and be more involved, change the law first, because you are breaking the law with regard to that. So he can't be the president and own a sandwich shop, and he can't be the president and be the UN Security Council chief. Another situation where, oh my gosh, what is going on here, and why does these kinds of things happen? In the way that he engineered the often defeated DREAM Act, the way that was all brought about, from hither to yon, from start to finish, alpha to omega, he broke the law knowingly, getting the DREAM Act to the position that it has become a part of the fabric of our country in different states and in different constitutional ideologies. It's still being worked on, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the way that it was handled was illegal. And I have always just scratched my head about this stuff. And with regard to this recent prisoner exchange, there is a statute that requires the president to give Congress 30 days notice before the release or transfer of prisoners. Now, he took this thing to the Congress 2 times prior, and both times Congress said, no, you're not going to do this. You can't do this. So he's using that as his position of letting them know that he was going to do this, but because it was refused by Congress, he broke the law when he actually did this transfer. That is law. Change the law and do these kinds of things. So our unfortunate situation here is that this modus operandi, if you will, is a continuum because his ideology of go it alone.
Okay. We've got 3 minutes left, so
sure.
you can continue.
I just have one more here just to make sure that people know that there are 6 flagrant violations of federal law that have, in fact, been broken. The last one I want to bring together is Barack Obama has once again missed his legal deadline for sending a budget proposal to Congress. That's the 4th time in 5 years. That is a federal law. You just absolutely can't do those kinds of things. So I was so excited to see this guy come in, and it's been so disheartening that he has been given so many opportunities that other presidents, including Bill Clinton, have absolutely been slammed for. And I'm I'm in a continual wonderment as to where are we going? What are we doing? Where's our honor? Where's our integrity? Where's that guy that walks the walk and talks the talk and stays on that straight and narrow line?
One of the critics that I've read dealing with the same thing here is that we have come to the point that strikes at the very core of everything that America is all about, and that is equality before the law. And we have come to the point where it is better to be rich and powerful and guilty than to be poor and innocent. That justice simply is not reserved for the rich and the powerful. They get away with it. And they can break all kinds of laws, and there is no accountability. They can do so with impunity, whereas we put the poor in prison by the thousands.
Yeah, by the thousands.
Mm-hmm. And tell us about your team of experts that research this information.
Well, we do exhaustive researches online to make sure before I come in that we speak the truth, only the truth, type of a deal. And we go online and I read incessantly. I constantly talk to people. When I get an ideologue in front of me, either for one side or the other, or a conspiracy nut, just go away from me. All I want to know is actual activities.
Mm-hmm.
So my office does spend time on a weekly basis to make sure that I am correct when I come in here.
Okay. Well, just a few more seconds and we'll be 30 seconds. Okay, thank you.
Ed, we're really glad to have you back. Be back next week, I hope?
Certainly.
Yeah.
All right.
And
you want to do more on this? We'd like to hear about it.
Yes, if you would have me,
Sure.
that'd be fine. Lots to do.
Okay, and 20 seconds, I want to say, if you have any questions about anything you've heard on the show today, would like to make a comment or anything, please go online to our website, openupglobal.com. You can email me or contact the show in any way, and we'd like to hear from you.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless. Have a great week.